We've got dark Portuguese today. Little metal tag there. I put on all of these. Let's come down here and look at this one. And it is, as you can see, saggy. It's nice and soft. No sap. Very similar to every Mount Etna I've tried so far, or pulled a fig from. I'm not sure if it's similar in taste or not. We're going to figure that out. I'm going to pull an Azores Dark too. I have one of those available, and just do a comment comparison when we do this one as well. There's Azores Dark's tag, and this tree is really putting on the figs. So very nice bags of jelly here for Azores Dark. I got more. One starting to get ready there. Very prolific tree. On the top is the dark Portuguese. On the bottom are the two Azores Dark. I can't tell the difference between the two different varieties. I hope there's a difference in taste. I'll look in editing and see if the leaf pattern seems a little bit different, but really in my, I gotta hold this down because the wind's coming up. In my assessment of leaf patterns in the limited amount of time I've been doing this, yeah, their leaf patterns even on the same plant is varied quite a bit. So I wouldn't go by leaf pattern. What I would go by is the appearance and the taste of the fig itself. And these look very close, if not identical. So the next part is to see if they're different in taste. So let me cut them open first. I'll show you what that looks like, and then I'll do a taste. So that's what they look like, cut open. It's a cloudy day today, and had some sprinkling going on. First time in a while. Anyway, this is the dark Portuguese, and this is the Azores Dark. No need in cutting up two, but I can't tell a difference in the look either. Cut open. All right, let's do a taste test of the dark Portuguese fig. It's a Mount Etna type fig, similar to Chicago Hardy, Azores Dark, and the like. And I've got the two here, and in addition I've got a bonus of comparing it in taste and appearance to Azores Dark, which is a very popular Mount Etna. So I had a couple. The Azores Dark are starting to produce pretty prolifically right now, and the dark Portuguese is just getting started. So far, basically what I've noticed is that the Azores Dark seems to grow a little better, but I don't put much stock in that. So let's get a taste. Before I do that though, let me talk to you about hygiene and stuff like that, only because I'm wearing a shirt that's got a stain on it, and I was like, man, I need to change that shirt for this video. But then I'm like, no, I'm not going to change my shirt. I'd rather just explain it real quickly for those of you that follow me. I have work shirts. There's shirts, t-shirts that have gotten stained or ripped or something like that, and I work in them every day. They're t-shirts usually, often the kind that wick sweat away quickly. And I got a whole lot of shorts that I bought specifically for working that are also lightweight and wick water and stuff like that. I've got work shoes and that sort of thing. All I'm saying by that is I'm not putting on my Sunday best to present the video. I'm out here working, and this is the way I want to keep it. So don't think bad at me because I got a stain on my shirt. It's the basic thing with some additional hygiene crap. So anyway, let's get to tasting. Again, this one, the first bite is going to be the dark Portuguese, and it's got a good smell. There's nothing wrong with the smell. So let's get to tasting. It's a very familiar taste. I remember it. It seems very, very, very similar to Azores Dark, and I'm going to taste Azores Dark next. But I tasted Azores Dark probably a couple days ago, and that one's very reminiscent of that. I still think Chicago Hardy had a different taste, but that's been a long time since I've had that one. But I do have some ripening, so it does appear like Chicago Hardy's a bigger fig than both of these are. So let's try the Azores Dark again by comparison, and then I'll go back. I'll jump from back to Dark Portugal back to Azores Dark, and then I'll tell you if they taste the same or not. All right, let's talk about texture and skin first. It seems to me, let me touch the back of the camera because the viewer went off and I can't see that you see me. It seems like the Azores Dark has a little bit thicker skin. Neither one of them had much seed crunch at all, almost none. And it seems like the Azores Dark has a little bit more berry flavor, just a little bit, but the profiles of the two are the same. The same mixture of berry. Azores seems a little more punch. It tastes just a little bit better. So let me taste another Azores real quick. Big old bite. That's the way to eat one. The whole fig. Put it in your mouth and wall it around. Get some tongue action going through it. Has a really good fig. All right, my assessment is that if they're not the same fig, there's a tad bit of difference in this taste test, but I like the Azores Dark a little bit better. It's a little more berry punch. The sweetness is about the same. I would say about a medium sweetness. It's definitely not overpowering, and it's definitely not very little. It's got a good, healthy amount of sweetness to it. No seed crunch. Talked about the skin differences just a little bit already. And if I had to give Dark Portuguese a rating of 1 to 10, I would probably give it a 6.5. And Azores probably a 7. So that's my assessment. I'm really curious how Hardy Chicago is going to stack up next to these two. And I've got quite a few other Mount Etnas out there that hopefully I'll get to do a review too, and we'll do some of these comparisons again. But Dark Portuguese, a worthy fig to have in your orchard. I rate scale of 1 to 10, and I'm not going to say that a fig is an 8 if it's only a 5. I'm going to tell you it's a 5. And so when you're getting up above 6 to 7, you're getting into really good tasting figs, in my opinion. And I don't know that I'm going to ever taste a bad fig, but if I do, I'm going to tell you. This is Brent. We'll see you in the next one.